Today we're going to talk about using the DemandSage KPI Trends report. This allows us to create a dashboard that can take in all of your KPI trends and chart them over time, whether they're HubSpot data or manual data in other tabs in your Google Sheet. In order to install this, the first thing you need to do is either click on the Browse Library button on your DemandSage landing page, or go to Add-ons, DemandSage for HubSpot, View Report Library. And when you're in the report library, you want to find the KPI Trends dashboard, click Get, and suddenly you have this new report installed. Once you've successfully installed the report, you'll find it in the tab named KPI Dashboard. So we'll close out of this, and then we'll look for our KPI Dashboard tab. So you can see once you've installed the KPI Dashboard report, you can make a bunch of changes to it. Out of the box, it looks like this. You can expand up here for an overview and some high-level instructions. You can choose the time frame you want to look at, either by week or by month, from this KPIs dropdown. And within these dropdowns, however many of them you want to use, you can select whatever metric you want to look at over the course of time. So out of the box, you have new contacts, new leads, new MQLs, etc., as well as the cumulative version of each one of these. So let's say we want to see new leads, and let's say we also want the cumulative leads number. And we can see how that's grown over time. We can see how it's doing on a week-by-week basis. In addition to baseline HubSpot metrics, you also can look at lists over the course of time. And this is very powerful because any active or static list that you build in HubSpot, you can look at membership over the course of time. So let's say we want to see how many bounce emails we've had over the course of time. And looks like none, which seems wrong. So let's pick a different. Let's say use all installed customers over time. So we have this active list that tells us how many installed users that we have. And over the course of time, we can see how that has grown. Now, the lists can only go back so far. However, if you start using them now, DemandSage will snapshot them. So this will grow over the course of time. The other way that you can use this, in addition to standard HubSpot metrics and list membership, is with what's called manual metrics. So we have the ability down here to create a manual metric over time that pulls from a different tab. So for example, let's say I want to use my weekly traffic tab. Now this is from the Google Analytics plugin that is free to use for Sheets as well. So we see that we've run a 180-day web traffic report from Google Analytics. The name of the tab is weekly traffic -1y, which is important to remember, because when we go into here, there's just a few things that you have to fill out. First, you can name the metric anything you want. Let's just say web traffic from GA. You have to type in the import tab name, which, as noted, is weekly traffic -1y. And then what you need to do is put in the date range and value range from the weekly traffic sheet. So we go in here and we can see that it goes from the date, it goes from A16 all the way down to A195. So we'll say A16:A195. a 195. Great. And then the value range is basically what it sounds like. It's the value, the number of actual sessions we get. So same thing except column B. So go back into our KPI dashboard. We say B16 to B195. And then we'll have our live preview of this. And now, when we go back up to our KPI dashboard, in the manual metrics section, which is should be above the contact list, we can see web traffic from GA is now selectable. And if you click this, now you can see this manual metric over time with web traffic from Google Analytics. And it's charted just the same. If you change it from week to month, the report just does the right thing and will roll up all of the metrics into month metrics. And that's how you use the Demand Sage KPI dashboard to get a quick, easy overtime dashboard of how your sales and marketing efforts are proceeding.